And now, here are your hosts, the Schnitzel Boys.
But speaking of stadiums and things and the weather, the reason I brought up being cold everywhere, LA, on the other hand, over the weekend had beautiful weather. It was
lovely.
Such a beautiful opening weekend in LA.
It was, it is soccer specific. Stadiums, stadia,
Right.
stadi. What is the
Yeah.
You have there in beautiful Los Angeles. I got to see both of them because on Wednesday we had that CONCACAF Champions League game that NYCFC chose to play in Los Angeles because we don't have a stadium, and we apparently there weren't really any good options available in the New York City area, and so we went to LA, and so we played in the Bank of California. It's called Bank of California Stadium.
Bank of California Stadium,
which is brand spanking new and lovely. This was a little bit more of a quiet affair because there was maybe a total of 100 people in attendance, perhaps.
If you guys saw that game, you would have seen us constantly because I should have brought some of that footage. Maybe I'll put some. I'll add some in the video when
let's see it.
But they zoomed in on us all the time because we have stage presence, and so we made our Spanish TV debut. Every time NYCFC, they zoomed right to us, the Schnitzel Boys, partying in the essentially empty Bank of California Stadium. But it was a beautiful stadium. The whole stadium, if you're there in a full night too, it's got much more of like a European atmosphere. It's like a European stadium. And then the other stadium, which was the Mecca, which was considered the cathedral of American soccer back in 2003 when it opened, has got much more of a summer concert vibe to it for me.
It's much different. It's sort of much more open feeling. You can kind of you have a nice view. It's very airy, and you can see the horizon.
It's part of a complex because it's connected to a nice tennis stadium, and there's other fields around. And
we
were a university campus, so it's a little bit more. But both stadiums very cool. I thought it's hard for me to choose which one's better. They're just different, and they're both fun. Like I have a blast at either one. But yeah, Wednesday we were there, and we saw the CONCACAF Champions League, NYCFC getting it done against Santos de Guadipele. And you know what was so cool? A bunch of former players showed up. Alex Rocha was there. Who else was there? They just came. To say hi.
A lot of the now LA-based former NYCFC players, Sebastian Ibiaga, Izzy Tajuri Shradi, and Tony Rocha were there, and it's lovely that they're still.
They just walked right into the stand, said hi.
Yeah.
And when the game was over, one of the Santos players from the Costa Rican club immediately went over the signage board, walked right up to our section, and his buds were there. He must have had some LA friends come out, and he just sat there and talked and it was like it was like a little family meet and greet.
Yeah,
when the game was over.
Right.
Which I love. When are you ever going to experience that in a round of 16, game?
Champions League game. Yeah, no, it's great. It was really funny. Greg Vanny was there. He was spying on LA Galaxy coach.
I have a photo of him too. I should have uploaded all my photos. I'm such a moron. I don't even know where my phone is. Oh, here. Let's try this. Let's see if this works. So go to like Bayern München and Salzburg did not have that same feel. You know what I mean? I'm sure there was no one there. I'm sure afterwards it wasn't a big meet and greet in the stands, where this is like a much smaller.
Right.
Let's see if I can, if this matters at all. All right. I'm trying to get my good vamp a little bit as I find my Greg Vanny photo.
This is the Greg Vanny. Yeah, he had some of his staff with him. I tried to get close enough to talk a little shit and be like, hey, are you scared of? Oh yeah, there you go. That's the man himself. Very nice.
Vanny, the man in the back, not this cool guy with sunglasses, but that guy right there.
Yeah, no, the guy
right behind us looking.
Yeah, and even this picture makes it look like there's a lot of people. There were a lot of people there, but it was
essentially everybody that was there just got framed in that photo.
Yeah,
so that was everybody. Here's a picture of the fans in the stands right there. If you can see that, that's what we're talking about.
Yep.
That's what we're talking about. That's why we got a lot of screen time.
I think 100 is probably high.
About right. Yeah. And then here's this is the players, a little slideshow here. Oops.
Oh yeah, there's Tony Rocha, also known as the former Human Victory Cigar of NYCFC. He would usually only sub in in a victory, although he had to play meaningful minutes in the game against New England. He's now in Orange County, I think, in USL. He just
the Blue Star. I should go to an Orange County game because I hear so much about him. Curious what their stadium's like. I should go out and check out an Orange County game one of these days.
I was a big Tony Rocha fan. He's just one of those guys. He's like, obviously not a flashy player, but like sort of a utility midfielder, and he was just always good. He would come off the bench for like 10 minutes and just be a solid guy. Yeah, like
Chupamota and Bayern. There's Sean Johnson. That's the Santos. That's the Santos player who was hanging out there that just came off, talked to his friends. It's just so funny. Cool. It was a fun little family event. And then I just want to say kudos to MLS clubs, with one noticeable exception, who really crushed it in CONCACAF Champions League. Montreal beat Santos 3-0 at home, and it looked very comfortable for them. Like, they were on the ball. They were dominant. They missed some opportunities. Seattle crushing 5-0 against Montagua, I believe it was. At home. NYCFC finishing up against Santos de Guadipile. And then
4-0, yes.
4-0. It could have been more. And then, we were joking, being like, hat tricks for all. And then the one noticeable exception was Colorado at home in a snow bowl. You think that would be their advantage, but no. Comunicaciones beat them in a penalty shootout. So you're going to have to play Comunicaciones.
Comunicaciones from Guatemala City, and we're going to play that game in Hartford, Connecticut. Because
so you're getting closer. You're getting closer to home.
We're getting a little. It's closer than Los Angeles. Apparently, let just CONCACAF is weird. We know that. You could play that X-Files music for the.
If I had it open
for the weirdness that's CONCACAF. So Yankee Stadium is NYCFC's home stadium. All of not all of them, but most. Whenever possible, we play our home games there.
Right.
CONCACAF has deemed Yankee Stadium not acceptable for CONCACAF Champions League.
Did they say why?
They did not. The only two stadiums in the tri-state area, other than I think the Philly Union Stadium would also be acceptable, which is closer probably than the Hartford one. But the only other ones are Red Bull Arena and the stadium in Hartford. That's where the U.S. men's national team has played in the past, and it's a beautiful stadium, but it's freaking 2.5 hours away from New York.
So what's up with CONCACAF? If I were the president of CONCACAF, I wouldn't be like, well, North America is full of all these amazing facilities, so I might as well up my stand. Like, go to Jamaica and tell them they can't play, or go to Trinidad and tell them they can't play in a cricket field. You know what I mean? That's the facilities that we have. So what's their deal?
And I don't really get it. They say the reason that's given, the official, is like the TV experience. It's very important for them that the TV experience a certain way, that it doesn't look janky and weird, I guess. But when you come to LA and you have a stadium that's basically empty for all practical purposes, is that the atmosphere that you want to promote? I don't know.
No, it is not. It was amazing because it was just us the whole time, so they had to zoom into us, and for 2 hours they zoomed into what you, me, and your son were doing and how we felt about the game.
People were texting me. They were like, "Oh, I can't believe you're at this game in Los Angeles. What are you doing?" Because we were very prominently featured in this in the broadcast.
So that's a plus, right? Because we are an amazing, like, our visual responses to what was going on in the game was amazing. However, in general,
the camera loves us.
But honestly, it's ridiculous. Just play where the home fans are going to be. It's also the round of 16. If you want to make a big deal out of it, get a neutral final site. And, I don't know. All I know is that CONCACAF have a lot of things to fix, and eliminating people's stadiums ain't one of them. So
I think that's a real problem, because for this next round, which I think is a week from Tuesday. we're playing in Yankee Stadium a couple days later, so that should be available. It seems like baseball season is not anywhere close to starting.
Well, baseball season's in the middle of a strike.
Yeah, it's a lockout. So there couldn't be.
So Yankee Stadium's available.
Yankee Stadium should be available, but CONCACAF doesn't like it. CONCACAF says no. It's not up to the standards of our highfalutin Champions League competition.
Not up to, and you know what else is funny? I like how they're just sitting in an office be like, we have standards, as opposed to like, no, you're playing in your stereotypes, like how you CONCACAF referee. For instance, at the game on Wednesday, there were no cards at all. And then 5 minutes before end, straight red card to someone.
Oh, yeah.
And we're like, that's the CONCACAF. That's CONCACAF.
That's
there we
CONCACAF right there.
CONCACAF it up right there, my friends. Yeah, we're wondering what.
Yeah.
And then also
the same happened in the previous game too.
One of the during the game, one of the assistant referees, one of the CONCACAF patches from the side of the jersey fell off, and then I just saw a moment where one of the referees just picked it up and then gave it to one of the fans.
Gave it to one of the fans.
And the fan is like, "Thanks, I'll take it." I don't think they did, but I want to say like fist bump or whatever.
fist bump the referee.
What's a referee?
It's really
like fraternizing with the home fans for during the game. All right. Now, I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal, but still, it's just funny to me.
We had when we were in Costa Rica 2 years ago. Maxime Chenot actually was the only player who threw his jersey in the stands, and my wife Paige caught it. And so I can confirm that these CONCACAF Champions League patches are affixed in the jankiest of ways. They're like just really hanging out. It's hanging on by a
little
thread.
Bit of glue. It's just a little bit of glue.
And so CONCACAF should not be throwing stones while sitting in this glass house of their own. Anyway.
That was just the Schnitzel Boys video on YouTube. Thanks for joining us. If you like that one, we've got a couple other ones right over here. And if you like that one, don't be afraid to subscribe, like, and ring that bell.
It's the Schnitzel Boys, it's the Schnitzel Boys, it's the Schnitzel Boys.